Hello, today we are going to talk about how to develop for KDE, how to debug, edit KDE Git repos using KDevelop, which is the IDE from the KDE community and the KDE project. So we go to kde.org, we go to get involved. This is the wiki page which tells you how to help the KDE community. One way of helping is by developing, so by being a programmer. And in here it tells you how to set up the tool that is used in order to build the KDE Git repos, which is kdesrc-build, which is this thing. And we have this already set up. So this is the result of running kdesrc-build kcalc. Kcalc is the KDE calculator. So we have /kd/src/utilities/kcalc directory with the code source, with the source code. A similar directory but with build instead of src for the CMake build directory. And then there's the directory for make install, which is /kd/usr. Okay. And now after so the steps would be have kdesrc build work, and then using kdesrc build, you will build a Git repo such as kcalc. I'm going to build it faster. Like this. So it fetches, which means it found that we have a git clone in here, in this directory /src/utility/kcalc. It did, let's see exactly what it did. Okay, so it did git remote set URL origin. So this is the making sure that the git repo sysadmin/repo metadata is up to date. So that was the first git repo that is it builds sysadmin repo metadata. Okay, then it knows dependencies between modules. Once repo metadata is downloaded and up to date, it computes dependencies between modules. Okay, turn off output. Okay, still computes the dependencies of the kcalc git repo. Okay, and then it says working on kcalc. So it computes the best name for the Git remote and Git branch to use, which is origin and master. So it did a fetch, hopefully somewhere. I don't see where. Git stash push, so it puts the changes that I have local on my kcalc git repo, it stashes them away. In order to do git fetch and then git reset hard origin master. So now the branch that we use is master, and locally we have the exact same branch as origin master. So both origin master and master, the local master, point to the same git commit. So now the kcal git repo is up to date. Okay, so in fact nothing needed to change since the last time I have run kdbuild minus kdesrc minus build space kcalc. Now it does CMake, so which is similar to the GNU auto tools /configure step. Then so it finds Qt5 in here. It has make prefix /us /kd/usr in my home directory. Okay, and now it does gmake minus j16, so it builds with 16 CPU cores. Not doing anything because the source code is up to date. CMake was up to date, gmake minus j16 was up to date, and now it does gmake install fast, and that has nothing to do again. So it was like not a rebuild, but like a build. So since everything was built correctly last time, now it just confirmed that nothing has changed. Okay, so kcalc has built correctly. Now we need to use the IDE, which is KDevelop, which is this guy. So this is the IDE from the KDE community and the KDE project. It looks like this. And the Wikipedia page is this. So it started development in 1999. The stable release, I'm guessing, is newer than February 2021. This is the canonical Git repo of the project KDevelop, invent.kd.org/kdevelop/kdevelop. Correct. So it's a C++ programming language IDE. Let's see what it can do. So first of all, we're following the tutorial from the KDE Get Involved development. So at the end of the page, after it tells you how to build software using kdesrc-build, it says that okay, how to submit the merge requests, and then it says you can set up a graphical development tool or an IDE integrated development environment, and you may want to try KDevelop the KDE IDE. So we go to this page with configuring an IDE, and in here it says that some popular choices for IDEs and text editors is KDevelop, KDE's own IDE. We go there, and it says that we should install KDevelop from we can install KDevelop from the packages. So in my case, I'm on Ubuntu 22.04, so I can install from the Kubuntu deb packages. So let's do that. Ctrl+C, Ctrl+Shift+V. Okay, it's already installed. And now we look at the kdesrc-build rc file, because that needs to set CMake build type to debug, not rel with debug info, because we want to run the debugger in KDevelop in order to debug KCalc. Okay, so Ctrl+V to exit root, Kate, this thing, and sign. Okay, so it says CMake options, dcmake build type debug correct, stop on failure false. Okay, I have invent in here. I could build BlueZQt, but I'm building KCalc, so I did this step. And now I need to do this chapter. Okay, so we start KDevelop. Okay, then we go what is this? We need to go to session to clean up everything in here. Delete current session, continue. Okay, so no sessions. Now we can continue. So from the KDevelop main menu, project open, import project. Okay, and it allows me to put the CMakeLists.txt file in here. So that thing is in this directory. Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, and then the CMakeLists file, CMakeLists.txt. Okay, it says that the project name is KCalc correct. Then the product manager is CMake project manager. Okay, finish. And then this dialog is shown. So it says build directory is the same thing, but with build instead of src. Correct. Using an already created build directory. Correct. Installation prefix. Correct. Build type debug. Correct. CMake from deb packages. Yes. Okay. So in here it has run the CMake step. So similar to the /configure for GNU Auto Tools. And now it says window tool views projects. Window tool views projects. I don't want to hide it, I want to show it. Okay. So this is the KCalc CMake project. Expand to one of the CMake targets. So this is the CMake target KCalc. We see the play button, the triangle. So the target that we want is this guy KCalc. So this is the executable. This guy. So add executable KCalc, target sources for KCalc, the CPP files. Okay, so right click on KCalc and go No, it says I should click on kcalc and then find the entry point. So that's kcalc.cpp. Where are you? This guy. And we need the entry point, which is at the very end of this file, which is the main function. We need to put a breakpoint in here. Put a breakpoint. So we do that by right-clicking. So I right-click on this line and I go toggle breakpoint. Okay. In the projects view, right-click on CMake target manager test. So that's in our case kcalc CMake target. Right-click on it, debug as compiled binary. Okay. And then it complains that could not start debugger, could not run lldb-mi. Make sure that the path name is specified correctly. Okay, I go close, and then from the main menu, settings, configure KDevelop, plugins, and then debugging. So this is analyzer score, debugging. So I need to uncheck lldb support, this guy. Apply, okay. And now I can do it all over again. So if I still have the breakpoint in here, I had the breakpoint in here. So it's not really clear when the breakpoint is set. It's just this reddish color. There's no icon in the left-hand side gutter. Okay. And next, right-click on the CMake target, kcalc, debug as compiled binary. Okay, what happens now? Breakpoint is active, hit one time. So I guess that the debugger is stopped on this line, so the line with the open curly brace of the main, which is the entry point of this executable, this process kcalc at line 2816. So let's see what we can do. Run, step over, step into, step out. Run, step over F10, step into F11, step out F12. So let's go F10. Okay, so we're at line 2817, 19. Localized string. So up is the queue application. Let's go F11 to step into set attribute. Doesn't want to do that. Okay, let's go into the constructor of KDlibs for config migrator F11. It goes into somewhere in Qt. I don't want to see Qt things. So it exited the constructor. Okay, F11, QString list F12, what? F12 to step out, F11 to step back in, F11, F12 to step out, F11 to enter, F12 to exit, F11 to enter, F12 to exit, F11 to enter. So I wanted to enter in the method setConfig files, and I made it. I'm in the method setConfig files. Okay, let's see the call stack. So it has the main call stack, the main thread where the UI will probably be. So we're at line 2826 in kcalc.cpp, and in there on line 47 in KDevelop for config migrator.cpp, which is not part of this Git repo, which is kcalc. Where are you? So kcalc is one Git repo, and this thing is frameworks kcore add-ons, which is another Git repo. So it stepped into the CPP files from another Git repo using the debugger. Okay, it shows QStrings. It has visualizers for QString, which is a good thing to have. This is a QString list. So it has a visualizer for QString lists. At position 0, there's kcalc RC. Okay. F10 to continue. F10, F11, F12, F11, F11, F12, F11, 12, F11, F12, F11. So we're now in the next method, which is setUIFiles. So we were inside this method, now inside of this method. Again, a QString list is passed as parameter, and position 0, there's the same, there's an kcalc-ui.rc. Okay. F12 to exit, F10, F11 to enter the method migrate. Okay. So because there were no parameters to this method, F11 really stepped into the method, did not step inside of the computations that are that take place in the parameters. Okay. KDE home found. Not KDE home found. Okay. So basically I have the complete debugger that I can have, because I have Qt build from source using kdesrc-build. I can possibly step also inside of the CPP files from the Qt project. If not, you will be able to step into the H files from the Qt project. I can step into the CPP files from these projects, or from kcalc, and from other KDE Git repos, because kdesrc-build has built from scratch all of the KDE Git repos with debug, CMake, build configuration. F11, QString is empty. We have stepped inside of the QString builder plus operator. So when you do a QString plus a const QString ref and the const, when you concat the const QString and the const QString ref, you are in fact executing QString builder operator plus, because Qt use fast operator plus is defined. Okay. So it does not remove the normal plus operator from qbyte array, but it's a speed improvement. Okay. If file exists, F11, F11. So it shows me where it should be, which is tilde/kd/src qt5 qt-base src core lib io q file info cpp, but it refuses to navigate there. I don't know why. Let's see if this file exists. Yeah, I have deleted this file. Not a good thing to do. Okay, so it would have stepped inside of the CPP files from Qt if I did not delete the Qt5 directory from the kdesrc directory. Okay. So I'm inside the Qt CPP file. Not empty. Qlatin char1. Since I don't know C++, since I don't know Qt and KDE, but I do know C++, the debugger helps me a lot to understand what qlatin1 char does, what the plus operator does, what qfile.exists does, etc. Okay, and now let's go continue. So run continue, and now the application is shown with full graphical user interface. So it's this Qt build by myself and the latest KDE Git repos, so frameworks and kcalc. So that's all I know about how to edit and debug and how do you navigate source code. I don't know. Navigation. Jump to declaration control dot. Okay, so that's as much as I know about using KDevelop. So I can use it to edit the code, to debug, to select the CMake targets. It has syntax highlighting. The debugger is really important to me because I program inside of the debugger. After I write some code, I run it inside of the debugger to see if everything looks okay. Methods that I don't know and source code parts that I don't know, I run them inside of the debugger to see what they really do, or I go to definition and navigate deep down inside of the source code. Okay, so that was it about how to use KDevelop for with kdesrc-build in order to develop KDE Git repos. Thank you.